Tibet was an independent country. China interfered, right? Now America or India is not interfering. They're stating a fact, a truth. So China is the first who interfered unnecessarily. We never invited them. They are uninvited guests. It's a very strong message to travel all the way solely to meet with His Holiness and visit Tibetan government exile. So it's sending a message to Asia, to China. America is with Tibetans. Chinese government and envoys of the Dalai Lama should have negotiation and dialogue to solve the issue of Tibet. To say that Dalai Lama's legacy will live on, Xi Jinping will not, So it's also Buddhist based on impermanence. All the dictators and all the autocratic systems, major empires come and go. But Dalai Lama is the living Buddha of this generation. We are very grateful to the government of India, leaders of India for, stating it very clearly and standing with the U.S. delegation who came to support Tibet. We really welcome the U.S. delegation led by leader Nancy Pelosi and Congressman Michael McCall, and some of my friends are also in the delegation. I've met all of them before, because it's a very strong message to travel all the way solely to meet with His Holiness and visit Tibetan government exile. Everybody says America is divided, but on Tibet they are united. So it's sending a message to Asia, to China. America is with Tibetans, and His Holiness is much respected, no matter how many times Chinese government try to, spread misinformation about him.
It's very important to discuss. Very important, and
yes,
due for signing as well. Your thoughts on that act, and when are you expecting?
It's very important because in the Tibetan Policy and Support Act of 2020, we got so many things, but historical issue was not addressed. So this bill addresses that. In a way, it says historically Tibet was independent country, and Tibetans, based on international law, deserve self-determination. And Chinese government and envoys of the Dalai Lama should have negotiation and dialogue to solve the issue of Tibet. This is a very clear stand of America, because just 3 years ago, American stand was Tibet, was part of China, but we respect linguistic, religious, cultural freedom. This is a complete, turnaround, but also a fact, legally and factually fact.
That statement which was given by Nancy Pelosi.
She is on the point. She has been the best friend Tibetans could have. And to say that Dalai Lama's legacy will live on, Xi Jinping will not, So it's also Buddhist based on impermanence. All the dictators and all the autocratic systems, major empires come and go. But Dalai Lama is the living Buddha of this generation. Right? His wisdom as legacy has spread all over the world, and his legacy will live forever.
Regarding the to it, they said it should not have interfered. What's your take on that? What would be your counter in that respect?
Actually, Tibet was an independent country. China interfered, right? Now America or India is not interfering. They're stating a fact, a truth, that China should not be here. Give autonomy to Tibetans. So China is the first who interfered unnecessarily. We never invited them. They are uninvited guests. Okay. Now people are saying, you are uninvited guest, and they say, why are you interfering in our business? No, you are an uninvited guest. You interfered, and people are calling you out.
We also met EAM Jaishankar as well. What would be your expectation from India in that regard, and the response and the meeting that they had with the Prime Minister and EAM?
This politically and symbolically is very important. Right? Not only Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji to meet with U.S. delegation, who just met with His Holiness and visited Tibetan government exile, and to tweet about it, after Nancy Pelosi and others made strong statements about Tibet. If not a direct endorsement, but an indication that I hear you, what you are saying, So we are very grateful to the government of India, leaders of India for, stating it very clearly and standing with the U.S. delegation who came to support Tibet.
What would be the role expected in future as well from India, if I may ask you?
Yes, largest number of Tibetans are in India. His Holiness Dalai Lama has always said, I am a son of India, I am a guest here, And then if India speaks, world will listen. And we hope and always pray that India will speak about Tibet, and the world will definitely listen and follow. Having said that, there is no country in the world which has supported Tibetans more than India. There are no people in the world who love and treat us, show their hospitality, than the Indian people. So we are forever grateful.
Last up would be Dalai Lama. We also expect the meeting between the US President and Dalai Lama in that regard. Any update on that if you can give?
At the moment, he is simply going there for medical purposes. That's the only reason. But once he gets to US, I feel and I wish and I appeal President Biden to meet with His Holiness Dalai Lama, because all the previous presidents have met with His Holiness Dalai Lama. Because of COVID, His Holiness could not meet President Trump, but he had invited Dalai Lama to the White House. Now, as far as President Biden is concerned, before election, during campaign, he has clearly stated that I will meet with His Holiness Dalai Lama. If His Holiness Dalai Lama is in America, it just makes very good sense for them to meet and stand by what he said when he ran for election.
Because the birthday is also coming. You expect
Yes.
the act to be signed on Dalai Lama's birthday?
Yes, this will be a very good gift. But His Holiness will be 90 years next year. But as for our lunar calendar, he is 90 years this year, right? So on his birthday, if President Biden signs, the bill into a law, it will be a best gift for His Holiness Dalai Lama and Tibetan people.